Hello everyone, just thought I'd do a video on a review of an episode from Doctor Who, The Legend of Ruby Sunday. First word before I talk about the episode. Since I started watching this series, which they keep saying it's series 14, but then they say it's series 1, right? There's a couple of things I've noticed with this Doctor. Now, of course, in one of the specials where they had the bi-generation, where the Doctor split into two, I didn't sort of like that much, because the Doctor always regenerates, same Doctor, different base, right? But with the 15th Doctor, he seems to care more for his companion, right? And I'm sure we've all noticed this. There's just some things that seem to be similar to other Doctors, not the 13th one, all the others. They care for their companion, right? And of course, each episode, the Doctor's, cared. You've seen it in Boom, where Ruby ends up getting shot and rolls down the hill, and of course the Doctor can't go over to her because he's standing on a landmine, and he's saying, in other words, save her. Even though sometimes the crying is probably a little bit too much, but anyway. The point is, this Doctor, I mean, it doesn't matter, played by a black guy, that's fine, black people, got nothing against black people, they're lovely people, but it's played by a male, and just a couple of things seem to be he's like the other Doctors, not the 13th. And when in each, I'm going to talk about the episode. Now, in each episode, the one with one of the specials, with the 14th Doctor, when Donna accidentally tips a cup of coffee on this console, right? And they end up travelling through time, don't know where they're going to go. And then in the next, the next special, they're on some ship, right? And of course, it sort of, instead of materialising, it slams into the wall. Now the thing is, there was something where the scene where the 14th Doctor sort of sounded like there was some type of noise, right? Now we even heard it with the 15th Doctor and Ruby. When the TARDIS landed and they thought, oh, they're in 1963, Ruby says about, oh man, maybe, in other words, dressed like how they dressed in the 1960s. Right? So of course they come and change, and come out of the TARDIS, and as they're walking across crossing, there's a noise coming from the TARDIS. Turns around, wondering what it is, right? Grumbling noise. Then in Rogue, where the Doctor and Rogue are in the TARDIS and they're talking, and there's a noise again. And the Doctor says, oh, it's probably indigestion. Which means that, as we all saw in The Legend of Ruby, we find out that the one God, in other words, the one thing that was the one who waits, we find out it's Sutekh, right? Now I have a theory. Each time the TARDIS has made a rumbling noise, even when the Doctor said, oh, it's indigestion, I think that the TARDIS did sort of have indigestion. And it was Sutekh, right? Because you've never heard about that noise before, right? Except when they first get told from the Meek, oh, the one who waits, mentions about, oh, the Time Lord with the two hearts, right? And of course we were all wondering at that time, who is this, the one that waits? Even the Toy Maker mentioned it, right? And then we've got the one that's the singing, who's supposed to be the daughter of the Toy Maker. She mentions about the one that waits. And he's coming, and the one that waits is coming very soon, right? Then in the Legend of Ruby Sunday, because we find out it's Sutekh, the thing that the TARDIS did, instead of materialising, it's flying through the air, right? And you hear whoosh, whoosh, makes the noise when it's going through time and space. And it's flying through the air, heading towards the opening, the front door, at the top of the unit, goes into the doorway, slides across the floor and stops, and then the Doctor opens the door and says, give me something, I mean, and all this. Now, they're all wondering about the woman. That's another thing. This woman's showing up all through time. And of course, it was Sutekh having her in each time, right? Now, of course, at first, they don't realise that it is Sutekh, and they think it's an and the Doctor gets told from Kate, and they show him, and that other guy shows, there's Susan Triad on the screen, and then the Doctor's going like this, it's an anagram, right? So they turn the words TARDIS, which was wrong because it was Sutekh, right? Of course, they've got this time window thing, and they're trying to work out who he is, and Ruby's mother is pointing towards this black, cloud, and you can see this red spark and all that. And then, of course, the Doctor's in the other part, where Susan Triad is, this black smoke, and this red, okay, saying, who are you? And then it reveals itself, and as we see, it's Sutek, right? Now remember, I said that each time it was like a rumbling noise. And the doctors was wondering, never made that noise before. And then, as I said, Rogue, the doctor says to Rogue, oh, indigestion. And I think the TARDIS had indigestion because Sutek was, in other words, must have been hiding in there. Because remember, the fourth Doctor used part of the TARDIS to stop Sutek, send him back to where he was. But I think just as he was sent, just as the Doctor turned the machine on to send Sutek back, he went inside that box thing. And of course, now the house is going to collapse and all this, and they are rushing in the TARDIS. And that's why I think that's what the rumbling was, because it was indigestion. Then when we find out that it is Sutek, but he's surrounding the TARDIS. Now, of course, we saw the other scene where Susan Triad has been turned to one of Sutek's slaves. She's going like this, right? And the Doctor's moving back. And then, you see, to be continued. Now the thing is, the next part, which is, I suppose, I'd say, being the special, will be in December. Okay, fair enough. But maybe it would have been maybe it would have been all right if it was next week. But it's in the special, it's in December, right? Now, the thing is, they have to try and get it away from the TARDIS. Now, I did see a short, was a clip of it called Empire of Death sort of thing. And Kate has a gun shooting at death, right? Now, there has been talks about the third Doctor showing up. I don't know whether that's true. I don't know. But here's in other words, a bit of a theory I've got is, I think that one of the other Doctors comes and saves the 15th Doctor. Because as you saw, that Susan Triad, who's, in other words, one of the Sutek slaves, he changed, is going like this towards the Doctor. And I think that one of the Doctors shows up in their TARDIS. Will it be the third Doctor? Or will it be the 14th Doctor? This is the thing. You see, when you're looking on YouTube and you see, oh, this one's going to be in it and that one's going to be in it. And I think, is it true? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But because I enjoyed this episode probably more than the others because I don't have anything bad to say about this episode. At first I thought, oh yeah, it shouldn't be sliding across the TARDIS shouldn't be sliding across the floor. But then I thought, what if that's Sutekh making the TARDIS do that? Right? Because remember, it was rumbling noises as though the TARDIS had indigestion, as the Doctor said to Rogue when they were in the TARDIS. In episode 7. Right? So, the only way to get rid of indigestion is take something, as you know, you take something for it. But because it's Sutekh, they always manage to stop the bad ones, in other words. So hopefully they manage to stop Sutekh once and for all. But as I said with the theory, and this is what some of the writers sometimes do, they make it we sort of all think that that's it, the Doctor's going to be killed, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, someone shows up. And that's why I think one of the Doctors is going to suddenly show up, materialise around the 15th Doctor with the shield on and says, I'm here to help. Right? So that's my review on the episode The Legend of Ruby Sunday, because as I said before I go, as I said, I enjoyed this episode more than others, more than the other episodes. But as I said, when the Doctor said to Rogue, oh, it's indigestion, the TARDIS did sort of have indigestion, and the TARDIS is supposed to materialise in any ship or house or anywhere. It doesn't slide through the front door, and that's Sutekh doing that. Because did you notice there's something else before I forget? When the scene was showing Sutekh, the windows were changing to red. Which means that Sutekh has, in other words, sort of got control of the TARDIS. He won't move off the TARDIS. Right? Even if the TARDIS tried to go, it knows it won't be able to because it'll be taking Sutekh with it. But the one thing that I think might happen is one of the Doctors shows up in their TARDIS, materialises around the 15th Doctor with their shield on and says, I'm here to help. You never know. Anyway, that's my review on Legend of Ruby Rose. So, anyway, as I was saying, don't forget to put a like, put a comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Take care, guys. Bye now.